covering the stories that impact your life, your town, your state, and your future. This is the Means Report with your host, Brad Means.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Means Report. We appreciate you spending part of your day with us, where the year is wrapping up on a busy note. It seems there is no rest for the weary. It's just been kind of an unusual 2024, and December is continuing to deliver more headlines. We're going to tackle a lot of the issues that are facing the city of Augusta today with the Augusta administrator. Our special guest, Tameka Allen, is with us. Also, an update on storm debris pickup. You know, the clock we think is ticking on trying to get all of that debris picked up. Steve Castleback from Infrastructure Systems Management, he's overseeing the debris pickup. And of course, we'll let you know how to stay in touch with the Means Report. It's easy to do that. You can help us get more great guests like Tameka Allen, the new administrator for the city of Augusta, no stranger to Augusta government. You've been working for the city, Tameka, for a long time now, and now congratulations on your new job as administrator. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Absolutely. My first question is just, have you had a chance to catch your breath yet? You've been on this job for about 2 months. So much has happened. Have you had a chance to get adjusted, get settled?
I will be honest with you, I have not.
Yeah.
You know, it's been early mornings and late nights. Of course, I was provided the position, fortunate enough to be appointed the administrator on September 24th. And I think September 27th is when we had Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
So, of course, no, I have not had a chance to really settle down yet. And then, of course, we had the budget. We had to start working on the budget as well to get the budget approved by year end.
Yeah, I know it's just been overwhelming. Let's start with storm cleanup. Okay. I know it's just kind of a general question, but how are we doing so far? Are you pleased with the response and the cleanup?
I am. You know, and I know some of our citizens may very well question the progress in their respective areas, but what you have to understand is we had so much debris. It's much more than we experienced 10 years ago with the ice storm.
Yeah.
But I'm very comfortable with the groups and the companies that we have in place, as well as working with ISM in managing and overseeing the actual debris that's being done. We picked up over 1.7 million cubic yards thus far. So it's just a large amount of debris out there in our community.
I know that some people may be fearful that all these expenses associated with storm cleanup are going to hurt our budget or are going to maybe make us have to pay more taxes in the future. Do you foresee anything like that, or do you think we'll get paid back for most of this?
Oh, yes. We're making sure that we do everything we possibly can, because if we do everything in 90 days, we can get 100% reimbursement. We have already started the process of the expedited project that we've already submitted to FEMA, and we're looking at getting some funds back within the next couple of weeks.
Have they been easy to work with? I had a FEMA representative on here a few weeks ago. She was super nice and made it sound like the process was easy. But if you get on social media and start digging, people are frustrated. What about the city's relationship with FEMA? Is it solid?
Yes, FEMA as well as GEMA have been both very responsive in the needs for the city of Augusta.
That's good. Good to hear. Any advice for folks, as you mentioned, who might be getting impatient or who might be saying, hey, when are y'all going to come to my street? What could you say to them as December continues to go by?
Just continue to be patient with us.
Yeah.
Continue to, follow the respective posts that we have on Facebook, on our Facebook page, making sure that you're not, mixing contract debris with the actual regular debris. So that we can continue to qualify to get reimbursed from FEMA.
Yeah, that's good advice, because people will, sometimes throw anything in those piles and think that the trucks are going to pick it up. What do you think about the attention that Augusta, Georgia has gotten? And maybe it's too early, 2 months in, for you to answer this, but some people have said, hey, Brad, I don't feel like people outside of Augusta know how hard we were hit or know how devastated our town is. Why aren't we getting tons of national media attention? Do you feel like our situation that we find ourselves in has gotten the attention of those at the certainly state and national levels?
Oh, I think we definitely have gotten their attention. We've had the governor here, we've had the lieutenant governor here, we've had the vice president here,
Yeah.
We've had the FEMA administrator here. We've had several dignitaries that have come here and given Augusta some attention and have been very helpful in getting responses for Augusta. So yes, we've had some attention placed on Augusta.
Okay, good. And that's the answer I give them too, is yes, people know what's happening. I mean, the folks who are in charge of giving us money and giving us help are here and they're helping. The budget, okay, you mentioned that's another huge thing that you faced since you took office. How did that process go? And you've got to be pleased that it's been approved and we're set for next year.
It was a very difficult process because this is the last year, 2025, that we will be able to utilize the ARP funds. So that helped us tremendously in balancing this budget. However, we have to go ahead and start getting ready for 2026 because those funds will no longer be available to help to balance the budget.
What can the average taxpayer expect from this new budget? Will we pay more taxes next year? Will anything change in our daily lives that you anticipate?
No, there has not been a tax increase recommended for the community.
What about law enforcement? I know we covered a lot here on Channel 6 about the sheriff's office needing extra funds, trying to make up a staff shortage and get back up to speed in that area. Where do things stand with the money that the sheriff's office is getting, and what do you think about what the future holds there?
I've had very positive conversations and meetings with the new sheriff-elect and his team. They have been working diligently with us to come up with the proposal because they do realize the budget crunch that we had been facing for 2025. So we've come up with a respective plan that's going to meet the needs of his organization.
And just to reassure the viewers out there, law enforcement is a top concern for the city, right? I mean, when y'all are behind the scenes working, that's at the top of the list, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is. It's at the top of the list. It's at the top of our governing bodies list. They definitely want to make sure that our new sheriff, as well as our district attorney and our other law enforcement criminal justice team have the respective team and employees that they need to take care of Augusta.
Another thing that's gotten a lot of attention, garbage pickup. I mean, it might not seem like an exciting topic, but it impacts all of us. Where do we stand on garbage service as the new year begins? And will we continue to get our trash picked up? I know there was a January or is a January deadline, I think.
Yes, we are working now with the contractors that we currently have to extend the amount of time that they will continue to provide the service so that we will not have a break in service as it relates to our trash pickup, so that we can really look at this process again and make sure we're bringing our citizens the best value for what they're going to be paying for.
So as the new year gets underway, will we have to pay more for our trash service, or will it just kind of be normal until we figure out that new contract?
At this point, it'll be normal until that new contract is implemented.
All right, let's take a look at the awesome responsibilities that come with being city administrator. You are managing a town that has about 2,700 employees?
Correct, around 2,700.
What's that look like on a day-to-day basis? And I guess a better way to ask the question is each day of your life different? Because it seems like with that many folks, there would be a different issue to deal with each day. What's it like?
It's great. I am one that loves challenges and loves getting out and doing what I can to make things better. So the first few days, of course, outside of the storm and outside of the budget, is getting to know the employees, getting to know and express to them the expectations that the governing body has for our organization. So right now, I'm in the midst of having meet and greets with all the respective employees for the city of Augusta, just to get to know them. And being there 32 years, I know many of them. However, I just want them to also hear the level of expectations and accountability that is going to be expected from everybody so that we can better meet the needs of our citizens.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your comfort level, especially since you've been with the city so long in IT and now at the top level as administrators. Does that help you, your experience, kind of adjust to your new job?
Oh, definitely does.
Yeah.
When you think about information technology, you think about change, and you think about change for the better. We're known as change agents. So I think that has helped get me prepared even more for the job that I stand in today, because I'm always looking at something that we can do better. What process can we streamline? How can we be more efficient? How are we going to be more responsive to our customers? Right now, we need to really focus on the customer service that we're providing to our citizens, and they need to get responses in adequate time. And we're not doing a very good job of doing that. So I want us to be better responsive, or more responsive to our citizens.
I will say this, and I've said it to commissioners who've been on here as well as the mayor, the 311 folks are so great. I love the 311 folks, and I know there's always room for improvement everywhere, but they've always been responsive and helpful, and I know they're dealing with a lot right now too. All right, so if you can picture kind of life after the storm, once we get through this mess and try to just kind of get back to a normal town, what do you think is going to take up most of your time? Most of the commissioners I've asked that question to say potholes and street lights. What are people asking you when they call your office?
Most of them have concerns about infrastructure.
Yeah.
So in maintenance, one of the biggest hurdles that we're going to have to do is and you've probably seen it and heard it many times about what do we do when cutting grass and how do we do this and which department does that. So I want to streamline a lot of the processes that we currently have. Maintenance being one of them. I think our citizens deserve to have things done, and Augusta deserves to look better than we've been looking. So I'll be focusing definitely on that, as well as, again, continuing to have conversations with the employees to feel the pulse of how our workforce feels as well.
Probably my last question, and it's just to ask you how we can help you. Anything the community can do to make your job easier or to, as you mentioned, make Augusta the best it can be?
I think to be very positive and to communicate with us.
Yeah.
Communication is a big thing. And I think the more they communicate, whether it's a good communication or a negative or a positive, it gives us the knowledge that we need to make things better. So if it's something that's not currently working or you've not gotten any responses for it, please reach out to us and let us know. We need our community to have some input in what we're doing.
Great information for sure. Tameka Allen, thanks for all you do. Give our best to everybody back at the municipal building. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Augusta City Administrator and longtime Augusta public servant Tameka Allen. We appreciate all she does. When we come back, we appreciate Steve Castle and his team. Ms. Allen referenced him and the work he's doing to get that debris cleanup finished. We'll get a progress report from Steve when the Means Report continues.